Hello and welcome to day 2 of our Let's Create Roblox series. In this episode, we're going to do a little bit of organizing of our project and start finishing. We're going to finish Area 1 and start working on Area 2. So let's get into it. Last episode, we created this base plate, we created a ramp, and we created this first platform. We're going to start by renaming some of these parts. So we can start with ramp. We're going to go ahead and click ramp to select it. And to just ensure it's selected, we can see that it's got this blue outline. Another way is if we change up here at the top, we change select to move, we'll see that ramp has the arrows surrounding it now. And to the right of our game window, we can see in Explorer under Workspace, we have this part that is highlighted with a blue background. So we can select this part. It's already selected, so we can just click it again. And it will allow us to rename. So it should have like a flashing cursor in there. And so when we press backspace, the name should go away and we can name it anything we want. And so I'm going to name it ramp, R-A-M-P, ramp, and press enter. Okay, so we have this part renamed. Next, I'm going to rename the raised platform. So I'm going to click it. The arrows will move to this platform or this part, and over in the window, we'll repeat the steps. I'll just click the name again, and it should allow us to rename it. So if we can press backspace, then it'll clear the name that was there, and we could call it platform, and press enter. And finally, we have this flat part at the bottom. I'm going to call this one base. So I'll click, and I'll type base. Okay, and now we have our 3 parts renamed. Now, if you're not caught up and if you don't have all 3 parts renamed, you can pause the video here, get your parts named, and then press play again. Okay, so your parts should be named, and so now we will select all 3 parts that are there. And so we could do that if they're listed in order or close to each other in your workspace. You can click the top one, ramp. Under base plate, you can click ramp, and then you can hold shift and click base, and that will select all 3. Otherwise, if they're not together, with just one of them selected, you could hold control on the keyboard on Windows and command on the keyboard on Mac, and you can click them individually and it will add them to your selection. So with those selected, if we look up here at the color block that we had, the color item at the top, right next to that is group, right above anchor. So if we tap group, it will add a model into our workspace and it will put all of the selected items inside the model. So we can see that that happened by pressing the little arrow to the left of model. So if we click model, click the arrow next to model, it will drop down and we'll see its children. And so those are inside of model. So we can collapse model and see that those parts kind of get hidden. And if we expand it, we can see them again. So what we're going to do is rename model to area 1. So we can do that by clicking model. And I'm going to name mine area 1 with a capital A and no space. So area 1. And we'll talk more about why I did it that way a little bit later when we get into scripting. But for now, it's just area 1, capital A, no space, and then the number 1. Okay, so now that we have area 1, we can move our camera a little bit. So I will, with my mouse inside the game window, I'll hold the right mouse button so I can look around. And then I will zoom in and get to a good point where I can see where I'm adding my next part. And now we're going to add a sphere. So to add a sphere, right above the game window, just like we added a regular part, we can click that drop down arrow. And under part, the drop down arrow will show us these other options to add a part. So I'm pretty sure you can't see the options that are showing for me just because of my recording software. But if you click that down arrow under part, you should see we have block, sphere, wedge, and cylinder. And we're going to choose sphere. And that should add a sphere just about right in the middle of where our camera is looking. And so mine landed on top of the platform. Yours may have landed somewhere else. And if it did, just select it and move it around. And we want it just about on the platform. What we're going to end up doing is moving this part just on the right on the outside of the platform, and we'll lower it just a little. And this will start our little staircase that we're going to make out of spheres. And so with that there, I'm going to change its color. So I'll change it to maybe some kind of pink, maybe a brighter pink. And I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. So to do that, just like last time, we will go up to the top left and we'll change move to scale. And that'll give us those multicolored handles around, and we can use the handles to scale up our ball. And lastly, we want to keep the ball selected, and we'll change the name from part to ball. Once you have that done and you have your part renamed to ball, we'll move it into area 1, and it will be a part of our whole area now. So now that we have that, we have all of our parts are named. We have the start to our staircase. We can duplicate this ball. So to do that, we'll keep our ball selected. And at the top left in the Home tab, we have Copy, Cut, and Duplicate. And we will select Duplicate. And that will make another ball. And so when we change our tool to Move from Scale, we can move this ball away from the first one. And we'll see that we have 2 of them. And we can reposition this to be a little bit offset, and then we want to make it a little bit higher because it's going to end up being stairs. And before we get too far, it's important to make sure we anchor our parts. So I forgot to anchor the first one, so we'll anchor both. So with the current ball selected, we can tap anchor up there at the top next to color, and then we'll also select the other ball in the Explorer, and we'll make sure that one's anchored as well. And now is probably a good time to test, so we'll press play. And what we're looking for is to make sure we can jump on those new parts that we added. So I'll jump onto this platform, and I'll jump onto this one. And those jumps are pretty easy, so we might end up spreading those out a little bit. But for now, I'll leave it. So I'm going to press stop. And I'm going to keep building on this little staircase that we're making. So I'm going to select the ball, and if you're having trouble selecting just one because it's inside a model, so if we just try to click, it'll select the entire model. There's 2 ways to make sure we select the part we want, and so the first way is just going into Explorer and selecting one or the other. The other way, if you want to select it from the game window, we can do this by holding Alt, A-L-T, on the keyboard, or if you're on a Mac, then it would be Option. And so if we hold that and then click a part, it'll click inside the model. So we won't select the entire model, we'll select just a child of the model. So with that top ball selected, we will duplicate again, and then we'll move it out and move it up just a little more. And this will start to create a little stairway. And I'll do this probably 2 more times. So we'll duplicate, and then I'm going to start moving it a little bit, kind of to make this like maybe a swirl. And so I'll move it 1 more time, I'll raise it up, and now it's going to make kind of like, ooh, that might be too high. Let's take a look. Maybe this one should be a little higher, and that looks okay. And so the user is going to have to kind of jump on this one and jump around, and next thing you know, they'll be facing this way, and this will lead us into area 2. So if you don't have this, go ahead and pause the video and catch up. So just make sure while you're creating this that your ball is anchored. Each one of your balls are anchored, and make sure they're in area 1. So that's that model that we created. So now's a good time. Go ahead and pause, get caught up, and then once you're done, we'll move on to creating the checkpoint. Okay, so we're going to add another part to the workspace, and we're not going to use duplicate. We're just going to add part, and so I'm going to have my camera pointed at this blue platform, and I'll click the down arrow under part, and clicking that will show me a list of options, and I'll change back to block. And that'll insert a block with the last color I used, which was pink. And so now I want to position this block at the top of the stairs. And so when we're positioning, one thing that will make life easier when you're working in the 3D space is only move things up and down and left and right. And the way we do that is I'm going to move this part up, I'm going to move it left, then I'm going to reposition my camera so that what would be forward and backward becomes left and right. So I'll reposition my camera, and now I can move this part to the right, what would have been forward last time, and I'm going to try to put it right in front of the top ball. And then I'll reposition my camera again, and now what was forward and backward before, the blue arrows, is now left and right. And I'll move it over just to be, a good jump away from that last ball. And then I'll move my camera again. And so now I can see that it's pretty good. It's pretty centered. And so that's what you're looking to do, is get this part, at the end of your staircase, and then we'll change its color. So maybe pause the video here as well and get that part positioned where you want it to be, and then resume. So with that part where we want it to be, I'm going to change its color to a green because this is going to be like a checkpoint. So I'm going to change mine to a pretty dull green, not super bright, not dark, just like a dull green. And we need to make sure we anchor it so that it doesn't fall. So I'll press anchor. And lastly, we want to scale it to make it bigger. So I'll change our tool from move to scale. And that'll give us those multicolored handles around it again. And I'm just going to scale it out, wider and longer, but not taller. So it can just stay a normal size platform as far as height goes. And actually, that's probably too big. So I'll put it down to there, and that'll do it for the color and the size of the checkpoint. So we want to name this checkpoint as well. So we'll do that by clicking with it selected. If we just click again over here in the Explorer, if we click again, it should let us rename. And so I'll rename it checkpoint. And while it's still selected, I will click group the same way we did for area 1. And that will create a new group called model. And if we expand model, we'll see that only checkpoint is inside of model. And now I will rename model to area 2 with a capital A and no space. And so this will start our area 2. And so for a little bit of practice, what you should do is in a moment, you'll pause the video, but only in a moment. And here's the next step we're going to take. And let's see if you can do this on your own. So we're going to make another part inside of area 2. And we're going to call it platform. And we're going to change its color to any color you want, not green. And so what I recommend you start with is duplicating checkpoint. And before you start, one thing to keep in mind is we don't want to duplicate area 2. We want to make sure checkpoint is duplicated. So we want to make sure checkpoint's selected. So go ahead, pause the video, duplicate checkpoint. Then we're gonna move it out. Looking as if the player were to walk up the stairs, they would be on this platform, and then the next thing is they will jump onto this next platform. So inside area 2, make another platform, rename it from checkpoint to platform, or whatever, maybe it's part, rename it from part to platform. But if you duplicate checkpoint, rename it from that, change its color, make sure it's in area 2. Okay, go ahead and pause and take care of that. Okay, and then now I'm going to do that. So I'm going to do the duplicating checkpoint thing as I suggested. So I'll duplicate checkpoint and it'll make another one inside of area 2. Then I'll choose the move tool and I will move it out what looks like maybe a good jump distance away. I'll change its color from this green to maybe a dark gray or a blue gray, and I need to rename it. So I'm going to rename it from checkpoint to platform. And then I didn't tell you to do this, but I'm also going to scale it. I'm just going to make it a little bit longer. We're going to add some obstacles onto this platform, and that'll do it. So if you have this, then yeah, you completed day 2, and so make sure you save. So I'll press Control S. I'll save my project. And basically, what we covered was we renamed our parts to make them make a little more sense when we look at them in the Explorer. We grouped them into different areas. We have Area 1 and we have Area 2. And we started Area 2, so we have the checkpoint, which we just named checkpoint, and then we have platform. And so if you've gotten this far, you should take a moment to test your game. So press play, go in, make sure you can jump on all these items, and make sure you save. And that completes day 2. So good job. We'll see you next time. Happy creating.